Hey everyone, today we're going to make some cute little treat packs. I'm going to make mine for a hostess party that I'm having to appreciate all my hostesses. This piece of Daffodil Delight paper is 3 3/4 by 7.5. And you're going to need your Simply Scored tool. And we are going to turn it to the short way at the top, the 3 3/4 at the top, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch and at 3 1/4 inch. Then we're going to turn it the long way and we're going to score it at 4 7/8 and at 5 3/8. And you're done with that part. So after you get that part done, you want to go ahead and use your ruler and measure down with your one starting at this side, which is the side that has the biggest part, which my one score line is down here, so you can see. But you want to measure down from here all the way down to 2 7/8. And you can just go ahead and make a notch there and do the same thing on the other side. From the score line going out, measure 2 7/8. Now if you want to make sure that it's even, you can always take your ruler and go across this way as well to make sure that everything's even. After you make those notch marks, go ahead and cut right at the notch and then cut this part out. Okay. Then go ahead and fold all of your score lines. And before we go ahead and attach and put all of this thing together, we're going to do one more thing. I have a piece of 1.5 by 3 3/4 piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use my Scallop border punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch out a border on here. Actually, that part I am just going to go ahead and snip off. After that, make sure that it is where you want it to be, and mine is. So I'm going to use some snail. Whoops, what side do I like better? I like this side better. So we're going to use some snail, and we're going to attach that to what is going to be the front part of our box. Now the score lines are already there on the yellow piece, so you can just lay this right over the top and then bend your score lines and everything will match up. There we go. So go ahead and clip out those two pieces. Just snip all the way up to the score line, and then take some sticky strip and I am just going to put sticky strip all the way from here all the way down to this second line. That way I don't have to figure out how small of a piece I have to cut to fit on this little 1/2 inch part. And that way I only have one piece to mess with. Take the red protectant off, if it'll allow you to. There we go. Red part off, and then right where the sticky strip adhered those two together again, just cut it back through one more time. And then you don't have to deal with a bunch of little pieces of the red sticky stuff. So after you have that done, we're going to go ahead and build our box. Put the back side up first. But then the front side you want to leave down for just one more second, because we're going to build a little something to go inside to hold the treats separately so they'll stand up instead of falling on top of each other. You'll need your Simply Scored again. This piece of Daffodil Delight is 6 by 1 7/8. I'm going to put it up there the long way, and I am going to go ahead and score at 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, and 5 1/4. Now, in order to score this correctly and not have to tell you that you have to score it on a 1/16 of an inch or anything like that, after you have it all scored, put it in your paper trimmer and trim it down on each side by 1/8 of an inch. Turn it over that way. There we go. So after you get it all scored and cut, these 1/2 inch sections are actually going to go up just like this, like a tent. So every middle 1/2 inch, just go ahead and fold up to make a little tent, just like this. Okay? And then you'll just take some snail, and you can just, it's fine if you just put it on just one side of one of the 1/2 inches and then stick them together so that they stay. Now, to make it a little easier to put this inside, I'm going to take 2 pieces of sticky strip. There's one. And I'm just going to lay that into the back side of the treat box. And there's 2. Take the red protectant off. There we go. And then this part, you're going to want to just, whoops, lay this piece down inside. There we go. Then close up your box. And I'm going to use my large oval punch, the 2 by 1 3/8. Punch out a hole so that you can hold on to it. And then I've got a piece of 2 by 2 Whisper White and a piece of 2 1/8 by 2 1/8 Daffodil Delight. I've got the flower from the Button Buddies, which is this flower right here, and my Daffodil Delight ink pad. Just going to ink that up and stamp that right in the center of the 2 by 2. After I get that stamped, just put some snail on the back and adhere it to the Daffodil Delight. And now comes some dimensionals, because if you want to pop it up and make it into a wow, stamp 2 more of these flowers on just a scratch piece of Whisper White, and then cut out this piece, which is the first going in 1 layer, so it would sit right there, and then cut out this piece, which is the center one, which goes in a little further. You can pop those up by putting a dimensional in the center and then line it up. Put another dimensional in the center and line that one up. And for a little bit more fun, I'm going to take a brown button and stick it in the middle to make it look like a sunflower. This can serve as a little tag to go off the side, but what I'm going to do, because I don't want it to be little plain Jane and just poke a hole in it, whoops, I'm going to go ahead and take the new stitched grosgrain ribbon, the Daffodil Delight ribbon, and tie a bow. Snip that off. I'm going to close this up real fast. And then I'm going to put this on with just the edging here of the dimensionals. And just cover that up with the ribbon. And I'm going to take some white baker's twine and just wrap this around. And tie this through the handle. And then you have a little tag for your treat box. Then afterwards, just stick some of these little cooler things in there. Because I mean, really, who just has 1 bottle of water when you're throwing a party? And there you go. A nice little treat box for your drinks. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and have a great afternoon, everyone. Bye now.